Perfect. So I just want to show you guys something interesting here. So I've been trying to troubleshoot the Epic Reaper, and right now you can see this is actually Ram's stab attack, and I can actually change this over here. So I can actually change this animation, and it forces the animation to be a different one. Now you can see he's doing the second animation of Ram's stab attack, and then also I can change it back to the third one here. So as you can see, now he's doing the stab. And granted, he's using it with the shotgun, right? Because Ram would stab with his right hand. So, but you can see it's working, and so it's really confusing to me that when I try to, and the reason I got this to work is when I went to Anims here. I just typed this in. I added in DLC RAM animation here to the bottom of this anim set. So the problem is I don't know why the Epic Knight Reaper melee anims, I'm not really sure why that's not working, because when we actually take a look at the Reaper animations here, the Reaper melee animations, it has been set up correctly. So right here is your normal animation. It's just a full animation, and that looks right. You know, that really does look like right out of Judgment. And then this is, of course, the additive animation of it, which is what you're supposed to do, and that's what the animation for Ram is. So if I go back to Ram, for Ram animation here for his melee smacks, and if I look here at his where is it here? Come on, I'll find it. Mantle. Yeah, melee smack. So you can see the additive animation is idle core, which makes sense. Yeah, there we go. And then he does the stab. Good. Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense that is good. So we have additive animation, idle core, and if we go back to our knight here in the Reaper animal, I guess we have over here already. Oh, you know what? That might be what's wrong, because we were using this as a reference. Instead, this isn't referencing idle core. That might be the problem. Because what happens is when I try and use this thing here, which is this one, and if I go into the game, and if I just, I don't know, let's go desktop, boom, 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 get the game up, get back to our thing. Good. Okay, we'll go back here. If I go back to the top here, and I change this back to our, this is the Reaper one here, you can see that it doesn't work. It's not doing what it should. He's just going back to kind of an idle stance. So I think actually it might be because of that, because this was made incorrectly. I'm beginning to think that. I'm beginning to suspect that's the case, because that's why he's doing that instead. So I think the solution might actually be to take idle core, just like Ram's animation, right? Idle core. And if we use that instead, we should be able to get the correct thing working here instead of this nothingness. And he set all this up, not me. So, you know, good for him to do all this hard work for me. So here we go, idle core. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to make sure the browser has selected the one where I want to put idle core into. I want to put idle core into this list here. So I've selected idle core here, and in the browser I've selected this thing to go into that list. So now I'm going to say anim sequence. I'm going to say where is it? Copy sequence to select our current anim set. There we go. Boom. So, do you want to take this idle core to Reaper melee anims? Yes, I do. So, bing. Okay, so I did that. So now, in this thing here, if I close it, reopen it again, ta-da, I've got now the idle core, which is good. So, with idle core now, I should be able to, from our full one here and idle core, I should be able to create the actual one that we need. It crashed. Yeah, okay, so I'll have to fix this up a little bit, but that I'm positive if I can get that to reference idle core, it'll work. Okay, I ended up having to create a copy of the anim. I put it in an anim group, so it's actually here easily for me to search. It's because I like doing it that way. So I call it Reaper melee fixed. I'm just doing the animation right now. So we have idle core. We have the full that we need to turn into an additive, which makes sense. We're going to convert the sequence to additive. I'm going to pick idle core again. This really should just work. I mean, I could do reference pose, but I'm going to keep it as animation scaled and see what we get. Oh my god, do not do that to me. Okay, I finally got it, and I got a way to get it to work. For whatever reason, the animation data just kind of got like corrupted. So I had to use UModel and rip out the PSAs again. So now I can import the PSA. And I'm going to import the Reaper Melee fixed. And all that is here's your idle, and here's that full animation. Now we need to turn the full animation into additive, and now that we've just added this again, just like this, and that's important, I'm doing this all to show you. Right, now I'm going to say convert sequence to additive animation, good, idle core, so we have animation scaled, idle core, good, ding. It actually adds it without crashing, which is great. I will still need to add the animation notifies down here. That's fine, I can do that. But now we actually have it. So that's good, and it says additive animation, reference idle core. That's exactly what we wanted. So this right here now is our official working one, you can say. There we go. Because yeah, that's the Reaper Melee there. Boom. And then you have the additive version of the Reaper Melee. I like that. I like that better. I'm gonna keep it like that. Obviously, the code will have to be updated behind the scenes, but let's go ahead and let's just test this. Add Reaper. I'm just going to copy this. I'm just going to put in some notepad. Add Reaper Melee. Perfect. So let's start this up, and let's see if we can get this working now. So give it a second. There we go. Okay. Currently, it doesn't work. That's fine. Now let's add in our, okay, edit actor class, good. Here is our beautiful window. Knife mesh, I don't care about. There we go. Body stance, melee attack. It's not just bullshit. Melee attack, it actually stands for body stance. So we have a body stance, that's fine. Okay, this thing, we're changing it to this. And we also need to add in the animation. So I'm just going to type in anims. There we go. And instead of this, I'm going to put this into Reaper Melee fixed, because that was the, oh, I did not do that right. Copy full name to clipboard. Let's go back again. Boop. There we go. Oh, because I put anim, that's why. Okay, good. So now that I've actually set that up, and I'll have to, again, you'd have to fix this in code behind the scenes, so you wouldn't always have to do this. But if we do that, now that should be correct. So if I go back here, let's try it. Yeah, that looks right. Oh yeah, look at it. Destroy. There we go. So yeah, that fixed it. So that took a little bit of brain power to figure out, and then some of those issues along the way. But you know, this looks like it's fixed now. So hooray!